FBI Season 8 could potentially make up for the lackluster ending to its sister show, FBI International, by doing one thing. FBI International was one of several shows that CBS cancelled in 2025. This spin-off dealt with international cases that affected Americans, mostly in Europe. The news that the series finale would be set in Tokyo was initially exciting, as it was a strong departure from the show's norm. However, FBI International series finale was disappointing for several reasons. The final episode, Gaijin, centered on Wes Mitchell, Jesse Lee Soffer, who went on a solo mission to Japan to catch a serial killer. This was unfortunate, as the rest of the team was sidelined during the last episode of the series. Additionally, FBI International's ending did not resolve the characters' storylines, leaving it unclear what each character's fate was and who, if anybody, was continuing to work for the Fly team. Although FBI International will not be returning for another season, FBI Season 8 could help answer these questions. FBI International's ending was utterly disappointing for the Fly team. Most characters' fates were ambiguous. FBI International Season 4's ending would have worked better as a season ender than a series finale. Instead of wrapping up the characters' storylines, the procedural left off on several cliffhanger, which won't be resolved now since the series is not returning. This is especially disappointing because it would have taken only 1 or 2 extra lines of dialogue for the series to conclude in a more satisfying manner, rather than leaving so much to the audience's imagination. 3 characters' fates were left up in the air, as well as that of the Fly team itself. There had been widespread speculation that FBI International would end with Mitchell returning full-time to the United States and Vanessa Vidotto taking over the leadership of the Fly team. Instead, Mitchell returned to the United States to meet his half-sister, but it was unclear how long he would stay. Vio and Rains also learned that a decision had been made about who obtained the GS-14 position, but the decision itself was not shown on screen. So, there was no clear answer about what happened to any of these characters, making the series feel unfinished after the final credits rolled. The Fly team appearing in FBI Season 8 can save International's lackluster finale. FBI can provide missing answers about each character's fate. Jubal in the field in FBI Season 7, Episode 10. FBI is the only one of the original 3 series in the franchise to continue airing. To correct the errors made in the FBI International finale is to do it in FBI Season 8. This correction would not need to be complicated. FBI International itself offered a blueprint by using Jubal, Jeremy Sisto, as a semi-recurring character who most often made cameo appearances via video chat. If members of the Fly team were to appear in FBI similarly, it would give the audience information about what happened after the FBI International series finale. Utilizing guest appearances would help ease the disappointment, as these cameos would answer questions such as who got the GS-14 position and who is currently working for the Fly team. Of course, it should be done in a way that fits FBI's stories rather than shoehorning characters into an episode that doesn't have any place for them. How the Fly team can appear in FBI Season 8. Cameo appearances are the best way to go. FBI International, the team sneaking through the woods with large guns out. For the most part, all it would take is a cameo appearance. If a character like Vio needed to consult with Jubal or vice versa, she could appear on video chat for 2 or 3 minutes. This would be enough to move the story forward while also wrapping up Vio's previous storyline. For example, Vio could appear as the new leader of the Fly team, answering the question of whether she got the GS-14 job elsewhere and making it clear that Mitchell was no longer with the team. Similarly, Tate or Rains could appear briefly in an episode to help the New York field office with a case and make their characters' fates cleared. If Mitchell returns to the United States, however, he might appear in person during an episode. An episode subplot could involve Jubal, or Isabel, if she survives the FBI Season 7 finale, helping Mitchell transition back to life as a US-based agent after his time in Budapest. FBI could also have agents meet with Mitchell in person to get intel about a case he's familiar with. Either of these options would confirm that Mitchell is back in the United States and that the Fly team is under different leadership.